better to give them a job for sure job that you might not necessarily want, or wait for a job, like old kind of wait it out type of thing? Like you have a job right now, like an offer, but you don't necessarily want it, but you're gonna take it because it's a sure thing, or wait till after graduation, or wait till you find something that's like might maybe. That makes sense.
I think first off, you need to define when the offer expires. That would be the first thing I would look at. If they say, okay, you got 72 hours to let me know, that kind of puts you in a little bit of a frame. Then you got to make an important decision. But if it's, hey, you have an offer on the table, when you graduate, let us know if you want to come work with us. Then that gives you some time to explore those options. But the first thing is I figure out when the offer actually expires and when you need to let them know.
Thank you.
What is y'all's advice on if you already have, you're already preconceived on that job, you've essentially been handed this job, this position, but you don't really want to accept it because you haven't really started the formal job search. And so do you grab that job and you do that, you keep looking for the next placement in a different field? And how do you handle that? And how do you handle that with your employers too?
One piece of advice I would give you, because that is a debate that everyone has when they graduate, and it's a hard debate, but one piece of advice is you have to think of your career field and how close-knit it is, and you don't want to burn any bridges. So if you accept a job just because it's the easy way to go, and then 2 months later get another job and you quit right away, you may need that connection later on. You may want to go back to that company or something, so you want to make sure that whatever you decide, you're maintaining relationships with people and not burning any bridges.
I would say, honestly, it's the best policy with that. And be honest with your employer, because that's kind of how it was with my job. When I sat down in the interview, he was telling me about, what are your future goals? What do you want to do in the future? And I was honest with him. I was like, well, I want to be in law school at some point, move on from there and stuff. And he asked me bluntly, kind of what's your time frame? What are you expecting on that? And I said, well, honestly, about 2 years. And so I was absolutely honest with him. He said, well, in those 2 years, do you see yourself working here and working well for us? And I said, yes, I think that's a great, that's what I want to do. And so, but I think, once again, just honesty is the best policy. And being upfront with them, saying, these are my goals, because they're not gonna hate on you for wanting to do something in the future. You're making sure that when you're with them, you are committed to where you're at. So,
yeah, I can agree with Jordan with that. I mean, if you're honest with them and they completely blow up and slam the door in your face, do you really want to work for that employer?
If you're early in your career, your employer's not sitting there going, okay, he's going to stay in this entry-level position for the rest of his life, and he will never leave. That's the employer. So they understand it's kind of like a farm team baseball. They understand that this is a stepping stone for you, but at the same time, what Gibson said, I hope all of you took note what she said. A lot of your industries that you're going to go into are very incestuous. So what I mean by that is people will jump from company to company within the same industry, and you may work for somebody one day, and you may be trying to sell to them or be hired by them the next day. Okay, so whatever you do, make sure you do it in a way to where you don't burn any bridges, because you will always come full circle. Always.